Welcome to the Wednesday, December 18th edition of the Heartland at Noon. I'm Rob Carney. And focusing on our health during a busy time of year. Strong with Nature is the name of a local business operated by Victoria Sharp and her husband, Iden Tolley. It's all about balance in life and yoga and natural living and being healthy. We're talking about balance and health as the holiday season approaches with Miss Victoria today. These stories and more coming up after the local news.
The Christmas holidays are here, and for some, it can be a time of added stress. With even more events to attend, presents to buy, and meals to prepare, we may not be able to give ourselves the time we need to exercise, sleep right, or take care of ourselves. Victoria Sharp is a yoga and wellness entrepreneur in Moose Jaw who suggests that you don't have to say yes to everything this holiday season.
If you can keep your similar schedule for about 80% of the time, we tend to use that 80-20 rule for a lot of our life. So not overscheduling yourself with things. We don't have to say yes to everything, and choosing the activities to take part in that really are going to enhance your life and not create added stress. Surrounding yourself with the people that you love.
Sharp added that practicing mindfulness in the form of meditation or simply slowing down and making decisions based on love and kindness rather than stress and obligation can help you this holiday season.
So, it's a relatively new local business. Their Facebook page tells me, we are a family that strives to create balance in our life with our passions, yoga and natural living and travel. We offer a variety of classes for all levels. Strong with Nature is owned and operated by husband-wife team Iden Tolley and Victoria Sharp. CHAB's Teresa Simon Warbeck visiting with Miss Victoria as we all strive towards balance this holiday season.
So let's start here, Victoria, just by telling me a little bit about yourself. What do you do and why do you do it?
I think I would call myself a health and wellness entrepreneur right now. I've been really focusing on my yoga. Just recently, last July, got my yoga teacher training in Thailand, which was super exciting. I've wanted to do it for a few years. And so I think that would be my focus as of right now. I do dabble in other things, just trying to create a real balance in my own life. And I wanted to take that out and try to help others with that in their lives as well, because I think that that's something that we can all use is a healthy balance with whatever it is that excites you and makes your life joyful.
Awesome. So I know you teach at the Yoga Loft a little bit, but you also have your own thing sort of on the side. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, my business is called Strong with Nature, and I think that those words just really sum up everything because it's quite broad. Like I said, that I do teach yoga, and I teach at the Yoga Loft. I also teach at Ironwood Family Fitness, yoga there. And then I try to get out in the community as much as I can. We live out at Buffalo Pound Lake, so in the summertime, teaching yoga that way. And then also just any way I can to help others find healthy ways to live their life in the most natural way possible. So we live in a very modern society here in Canada, and my husband and I like to travel a lot. And so we've tried to take our experiences, things we've learned from other cultures, and bring them into our own lives. And I found people were just really interested in that. And so I wanted to have a platform, I guess, to be able to get that out to people.
So what are some of those maybe life strategies or philosophies that you're pulling from your travel experience into what you're doing coaching people? Like what's some of the advice you would give to people, I guess?
I think the biggest thing for me is being mindful in everything that we do. Here where we live in Moose Jaw or surrounding areas, everything is busy all the time, and I am a person that likes to be busy as well. I don't always think that that's maybe the right path for us. And I think that we get ourselves caught up into situations that we feel that we become stressed or overwhelmed. Not saying that stress and being overwhelmed isn't going to happen in our lives anyways, but I think it's just learning from other people how we can deal with that. So being mindful in our day, setting aside time for ourselves. And that's been a huge focus for myself and from some of the people that I've been coaching lately, is learning that self-care is not a selfish thing, that we have to take care of ourselves before we can help others. So I think that right now is my big focus.
Perfect. So before we get into sort of using some of those tools over the Christmas holidays, can you simply define what mindfulness means for you?
Mindfulness is definitely a term that gets thrown around lots of right now, actually. And so for me, it's just taking the time to think about our decisions and weighing out the pros and cons. Now, obviously, we don't want to take, hours and hours to do this for every decision in our life. But I think that if we can create a good routine for ourselves to set ourselves up for success throughout our days, that helps us to be more mindful. So, thinking about a good bedtime routine so that you can have a good sleep at night, waking up in the morning, feeling refreshed, ready to take on the day, so that we're not rushing around and just overpacking our schedules. And then I think it becomes easier to become mindful so that when you're making a decision, you know why you're making it and you're not just doing it because you think that that's what other people want you to do. It's because it's what's good for you and can create yourself to be, I guess the word just, happy and joyful always comes to mind.
Which is a perfect segue into the holiday season, happy and joyful. So this time of year, of course, there's that side of it. There's the happiness, the joyfulness. But I think for some people, it's also a time of some added pressure, right? We're busy already. And now we have extra things to, not that this is a bad thing, right? Or negative thing, but we have extra dinners to attend. We maybe have people to host, and that can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes. So with some of those added just normal life pressures, Victoria, what's your advice? And we can start broadly and kind of narrow it down as we go here. To people who are maybe dealing with a little bit of added stress at this time of year, what can they do to kind of just maintain a steady neutral or normal?
I think that's a really great topic because it's definitely something I've worked on in the past, I would say 5 years of alleviating some of that extra pressure and stress. So if you can keep your similar schedule for about 80% of the time, we tend to use that 80-20 rule for a lot of our life, especially during the holiday season. So not overscheduling yourself with things. We don't have to say yes to everything, and choosing the activities to take part in that really are going to enhance your life and not create added stress. Surrounding yourself with the people that you love and you like to spend time with. With that being said, I know we have obligations or we feel obligated to attend, maybe 3 Christmas parties in one weekend. Just making sure that throughout the week that you've, as you prepare for that you're sticking to your schedule, trying to get a good night's sleep, not overindulging, and just using, like I said, that 80-20 rule as you approach each situation.
Good advice, right? Oh, wait, there's more to come. With Miss Victoria from Strong with Nature here in Moose Jaw. Heartland at Noon, CHAB. We're featuring health and wellness on the Heartland at Noon today as many of us look for balance in our lives as the holiday season approaches. The experts all tell us exercise and balanced diet are key to happiness, but that's not just at this time of year. Victoria Sharp operates a local health and wellness operation known as Strong with Nature. She's talking with our Teresa Simon Warbeck today.
What about the sort of consumerism behind what is Christmas for Western culture? I'm sure you have a lot to say about that, given you're traveling to different places and experiencing different ideas and philosophies around gift giving and buying and the sort of single use sort of mentality that we have here, the use and then throw away. So that's something I've thought a lot about for sure. It bothers me to see all of the garbage in the garbage can after that Christmas day. So without saying, okay, don't buy presents, how can we sort of think about that issue if we see it's an issue, and not get sort of overwhelmed by it? I
think that we tend to idealize the holiday season and we create so many unrealistic expectations for ourselves. And so I think we have to start with that there. We take on too much. We think that everybody we know needs a present from us to show that we love them. And I think that just really brings on so much financial burden for a lot of people, adds a lot of stress, and it creates a lot of waste. I'm sure we've all been given a gift at some point that we've, really loved, that person took the time to choose something for us, but it's really something that's unnecessary for us to have. It's just kind of, we try to live my husband and I, a little bit more of a minimalistic lifestyle. And so when you get added things to your life just because someone felt they had to buy you something, it loses a lot of that purpose. And so something that my husband and I have really worked hard to do is to create the Christmas time, not just about buying presents, but to create people-to-people experiences. And so, getting together and having a dinner with loved ones or friends instead of feeling like you have to exchange a gift. And then in turn with that, I think that there's this cycle that has happened because we are receiving gifts that we automatically feel that we have to reciprocate and give a gift back. And so we get really stressed out. I know I used to myself. I would want to find out everybody that thought they were going to buy me a present so that I could make sure that I had something to give to them. Mm-hmm. And I think that we need to just really kind of dial back and realize why we are giving gifts. Not that I think giving gifts aren't wonderful, but the purpose behind it. Mm-hmm. Is it a thoughtful gift that you really know that person may need, not necessarily want? Something that can enhance their life, if it really brings you joy as well as that person joy, and then not judging if you don't receive a gift back. And then if you're on the end of receiving the gift, not feeling that obligation that, oh, now I have to go buy this person something, because then you've really lost the sense of why we give gifts in the first place.
Maybe invite them over for dinner or something like that instead.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So you've answered a lot here, Victoria. I think I'll ask you one more, and this is sort of maybe a tougher question. This time of year, if a parent or if a spouse is grieving, it can be that extra stress as well. Memories come up and stuff like that. So I wonder, how can we use yoga or how can we use mindfulness techniques to not necessarily take that pain away or take that emotional stress away, but to again just manage the sort of emotions that might come up in waves over the holiday season?
Absolutely. For me, I know that nature is a huge part of my life and my healing for different situations. And so getting outside as much as you can, especially, it's dark until 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and then it's getting darker early and earlier in the evening. So the more you can get outside, the more vitamin D you're going to get, and it's just going to make you a happier person. It's hard when it's cold, so bundle up, stay warm, but go for that afternoon walk or go skating with friends and loved ones. Surround yourself that way with nature so that it can help to take care of you. As well, for the yoga side of things, especially because I do work a lot on my practice, I just think any type of movement that makes you happy. Maybe yoga's not your favorite thing to do. Try it out. You never know. It might be something that you love. But I think just having some sort of movement will help your body to feel like it's being really satisfied. And it can be very healing no matter what type it is, whether you like to skate, play hockey, dance, any of those sorts of things will really be helpful.
Kind of thinking of it as giving yourself the gift of movement and taking care of yourself over the Christmas holiday. Yeah,
self-care is, like I said, one thing that I'm really working hard for myself and teaching others, and we need to not lose that through the holiday season. Take care of yourself so that you can take care of the ones that you love.
That's wonderful, Victoria. That's all my questions. Is there anything else that you want to throw in here, or something that I didn't ask you about?
I think that it's important that we teach our children these lessons as well. So as we're maybe exploring new ways of doing things this year, or maybe you've never even thought of these things that we've talked about today, to maybe sit down and talk with your kids and teach them that Christmas isn't just about having hundreds of presents under the tree. Show them that, baking together, going on a twinkle tour, going to those Christmas concerts and all those fun events, that it's really about creating a sense of community and being around the people that we love and that we enjoy. That, to me, I think is what Christmas is about, is celebrating all of those relationships and bringing that into our community in a bigger way. So if you can share that with your children, of course, if you have a gift to go along with that, I'm not saying that you have to get rid of all of those things that we enjoy doing with our kids, but create a few more memories that becomes special and that they'll remember for the rest of their lives and hopefully pass on to their children as well.
That's great, Victoria. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me
Yeah,
today.
you're welcome. It's been really good.
That's Victoria Sharp. Strong with Nature. You can find out more information on Facebook, on the Strong with Nature Facebook page. In fact, you can book an appointment on that Facebook page. I see.